rocking them both. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, and it's third down. You look at this Browns defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
There he goes, left side. And out across midfield down to the 45. He got 29 yards that time. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Texans at 2-12 in what has been a tough year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently ask for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 8. Stroud out of the gun here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in containing a quarterback on the run.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13, though, for the Texans. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in the previous moments of the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Option right, here's Stroud. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Stroud keeps it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Stroud now on 2nd down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at the defense for these Texans. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
Well, that's a drive carry right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong
team. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now a 2nd and 10. Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. 3rd and 1, Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from the defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Landry now on the return. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
This is 2nd and 8. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. They juked him. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Play action. Stroud now steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of times.
Under pressure, they got him again. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Stroud here on 3rd and long. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And Deshaun Watson shows off his mobility yet again. Just 1 touchdown rushing in 6 starts last season. But the way that he moves around, if receivers are covered, he'll tuck it and go as he did there.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And running with power here. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at about the 28. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. On 1st down, Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Second down.
Hurry.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation, because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them. Go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Here we go.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 7.
All right, now let's go get 6.
They go right back to Singletary. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 78 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Give him another one right back to Allen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Singletary fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Watson off play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quickly, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
And the Texans are right back in this football game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
Just take it to him. 19 Let's go. Hey, the defense.
2nd and 11. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 11.
Here's Stroud.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Award that tackle for loss to the linebacker, Denzel Perryman.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Chubb. There he goes left side. There's a nice move. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 14-yard line.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Watson.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's Stroud.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Stroud.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And Hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. He's got a first and maybe more. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 51 yards. And the Browns have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, this was a very close ball game.